Hi, I'm Alison Ellis of Floral Artistry. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm hearing two major struggles from floral designers lately. And one is overbuying. Like, how do I get my overbuying under control? And two is undervaluing your work. So if you are guilty of doing both of these things, where you're buying too much product and not charging enough, it's detrimental to your bottom line. So it's really time. Make this the time you're going to change those things and get on the right course and charge appropriately for your work and order appropriately so that you're not constantly kicking yourself that you bought too much product every week. So I created a new course called Flower Math, the Florist Guide to Pricing and Profitability, and I will tell you about that in a minute. But first I want to really focus on what your goals should be in terms of profits for your business. So this is all in my course, but you don't have to sign up for the course to get this very important piece of information, because I think it's so important that I'm just going to tell you, right? So what is your goal? What is the goal that you should be looking for when you are doing your purchasing? You want to keep your cost of goods sold, right? Sometimes this is referred to as COGS, right? C-O-G-S, COGS. Your cost of goods sold should not exceed 30% of your sale, okay? So for the purposes of my course and for the purposes of this conversation, really your cost of goods sold, we're focusing on your flowers and your supplies. Traditionally, cost of goods sold would also include your labor, but everyone's labor is so vastly different that it's best to take this out of the equation. If you're like me and you do most of the labor yourself, well then your labor fee, you're not writing checks every week for labor, right? Maybe you have some delivery help or something, but you're not on writing full-time designer paid checks every week. If you have a flower shop, you obviously have much higher labor costs because you have a few full-time designers or a few part-time designers. You've got sales staff, like there's just more involved. There's more infrastructure. But whether you have a shop or you work from home, these numbers are the same. The amount of money that you're looking to spend should not exceed 30% of the order. So I'll put it this way. If you have a $75 arrangement going out of your business, you don't want to spend more than $20 in total on the cost of the container and the flowers that you're filling that order with, okay? So that is the super simple, basic starting point. So you can evaluate now, are you doing that? Are you keeping 70% profit margins on the flower portion of each sale? Or is it less than that? Is it 50%? Are you keeping 40%? Are you keeping 10%? What amount of money are you putting out versus keeping in? Get on that now. Get on it. Get out there and do some numbers for yourself. Look at your last event and really think about, what did you spend versus what were you paid and what is your profit margin? Because it's really, really important. If you want to be in this for the long haul, you really do need to get on top of those numbers and make them work for you. I understand, like, as a creative person, sometimes the business side eludes us, right? You're like, I am such a good designer. I've gone to classes, or maybe you haven't. Maybe you just have always done this, right? Everyone's always told you you're a really good designer, and you know you are, and you pull it out every time, like a magic trick, like here's another rabbit out of my hat. Look at this wedding I pulled off. And that's great. I support all sorts of floral designers and that you're pursuing this art form, but it is a business model. So you don't have to wonder, how much should I be making or how much should I be charging? There's something called a flower shop, right? The flower shop has been around for a long, long time, and they have industry standards on how you do this. So if you're running your business, even if it's a home-based business, you should follow the flower shop model, because that's going to protect your profit margin. And the other thing it's going to do is it's going to make you on a level playing field. It's going to no longer make you the cheapest florist in town. It's going to mean that you are playing on a level playing field, that you are actually functioning like someone who does this for real, like someone who does this for a career. And there's, so many variables. Maybe you just want to quit your day job and make this your job. Maybe you don't really have any plans of ever quitting your day job because it's got your health insurance and it's pretty sweet gig, but you love doing flowers on the side. Or maybe you have a flower shop that's just sort of struggling right now and you need like a little push in the right direction of like how to straighten this thing out. So that's why I created my course, Flower Math, the Florist Guide for Pricing and Profitability, because this isn't a mystery and it shouldn't be a mystery to you. It's not a mystery to me. I know from the day I started my business 14 years ago, I knew exactly how I was going to do this thing. And this course will allow you to have that same freedom. We second guess ourselves when we make an arrangement. Sometimes you go, oh, is that full enough? Is the customer going to like that? Hence the overbuying and the overfilling. But what if you knew for a fact that you had filled it to value because you followed the flower math formula? Like, what would that mean for your business? Would it mean peace of mind? Would it mean confidence? That's really what this course is created for. It's to help you see not only your value, but exactly how to apply your value. So let me tell you a little bit about flower math and what it's all about. So it's everything you need to know, from the very basics of what markup you should be using on your flowers. Like maybe you already know it should be a 3 to 4 times markup on flowers. That's great. It shows you how to apply a design fee and how to set your own design fee. Like I give you some sort of guidelines on a range of what might be a reasonable design fee for you based on your skill and experience level. And then it's really a very simple format of formulas that you can use. They are so easy, so easy. Like if you don't like math, trust me, I don't like math either, but I love flower math. So it's just super simple formulas that are going to show you how much money you have to fill each order. And I show you then, maybe you already kind of have that part under control, but your ordering is off. You got to keep your orders tight and right if you're going to keep your profit margins. So I bring you majorly behind the scenes of my business to show you 3 real weddings and how I make everything about them happen. Like I show you the real customer invoice, description of the wedding, and then I show you my recipes for everything for those weddings, how much the customer paid, how much I gave them. I then give you a list of like what the recipes are. I then give you the complete list of everything I bought and how much I paid and how much money I made and what the profit margin is. So you'll see on all 3 of these weddings how I make 70% or more based on my tight and right ordering, because the ordering and the recipe creation go hand in hand. It's not just about charging the customer more or enough, right? Depending on where you are. You may be charging them enough, but you're just over ordering. So I really give you this super inside look at my business with 3 real weddings from just this year. They're not like over the top fancy, like show off weddings. They're just real weddings with real price points to show you how you can do this and that it is possible to have a sustainable at-home small-scale flower design business. So if this sounds like something you could use, some profit clarity, if you want to just take the mystery out, if you're tired of playing a guessing game around pricing, check out Flower Math. It is definitely not going to disappoint. I'm going to include a free link where you can just see a preview of the course. So most of the information's been, taken out of there, but it gives you the flow of the course and a little introduction to like how we get it started. So check that out if you're sort of thinking it might be right for you, but you're not sure. And definitely feel free to be in touch if you have questions about it, because it's definitely not for everybody, but it is for anybody who is currently spending more than 30% on your cost of goods and struggling with pricing and struggling with the confidence that you need to price and feel like, bam, that's what this cost and that's the appropriate price and I'm making money and the customer's getting their value and like all is right in my world. Like that is what I am aiming to do with this course. as a little bonus, there will be a link also below this video where you can get a free training video on how I do my proposals. So it's really about how to book more weddings more quickly. And it's a link below. It's totally free. You do have to sign up because it's password protected video, but it is totally free. And you can check that out, and it'll give you some really great tips. People have given me some good feedback on the proposal tutorial, like, yes, I can implement this. I'm doing these changes right now, and that makes me feel great. But it really includes my single best tip on getting customers to book more quickly. So do check it out if you have any problems sort of getting customers to get back to you in a prompt manner, and book more weddings for 2016, because it's a new year coming up and there is so much that you can do with your business in the upcoming year. So get focused on it, get clarity around your profit margin, and just know that you're going to keep doing beautiful work for as long as you can keep your business in check and keep it sustainable. Thank you so much for watching, and check out the links below, and do feel free to be in touch if you have any questions for me. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.